Hello and welcome to Rad Class. Today I'm gonna talk a bit about how we have become more shallow, superficial, when we are looking for a partner, either being a sexual partner or a long-time partner. And I'm gonna talk a bit about how we have turned some narratives about different genders into negative views and positive views. So I'm gonna dive right into this one. So by my saying we have become more shallow, I mean that since all the dating apps have come out, we have become more shallow. We have become more used to having a large amount of people we can choose from to be our coming partners. And that have shown that a lot of people actually only look for what they truly want instead of actually trying to look away from what's on the outside and what's on the inside. And it's something you can see on all the dating apps and all the dating sites, where you can easily see who is getting most of the likes and most of the attention. And it's crazy to see that. And it's something that can hurt a lot of people actually, because it will hit their self-esteem if they already have a low self-esteem. So this shallowness is something that we need to address and we need to look at. I don't say dating apps are bad in general. They are a good way to actually look out over what there actually are available of people, because maybe you don't come out much, or maybe the social group you're in is only one gender or something like that, so you don't really meet other genders. So it is something that we need to look at and address, because while we are becoming more and more shallow, a lot of people are actually feeling less self-worth because they can't find a partner on the apps, even though they are nice people. Um, so it's something that we have to think about. It's something we have to be more aware of when we're doing it. And I actually talked to some people who use dating apps a lot, and all of them actually said that they have become a worse person by using the apps, because they have become so self absorbed of what they want, so superficial at what they're looking at, that they often dislike people just to have a slight error in their looks. They don't even look at what the people are writing about themselves or anything like that. It's only about the pictures, about the looks. And it's kind of crazy to judge an entire person by the looks, but it's something that we are wired to do from nature, because we are wired to actually look at things and go like, is this a good thing or a threat, or should I run away or what? Um, and people say it only takes like 7 seconds for a person to judge you on your looks. And it's true. You can see it all around. Adults do that all the time. And it's insane that we get to that point, because as kids, we are not aware of that. We are just going along with people we enjoy and people we like, instead of what they look like, what gender they have, and stuff like that. So it would be nice if we could get kind of back to that, to where you actually allowed yourself to go like, okay, this person don't have the complete look that I'm looking after, but the text in the profile is actually pretty good. Is something I'm looking for. Maybe you're looking for someone who will become a good parent, and you can see that this person actually have potential to be a good parent. And then it's stupid to just flick them away because they might not have the right hair color or something stupid like that. And then you actually go in and find someone who has the right looks, and then you find out they're crap, and maybe you should just gone with the other person. So it's something that we need to be aware of when we're actually using dating sites, dating apps, and stuff like that. And I know some people saying, yep, some of the apps are only to get sex, only to get sexual partners, but there still has to be a chemistry or something uh, when you have sex. Otherwise, it just becomes this meh, where you just have an orgasm and then you leave and that's it. And that's not very joyful in the end. And so it's something to be aware of. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about was the narrative, because this narrative have been around for a long time and it's still there and it's kind of sad. And the narrative I'm looking at here is how we refer to each other when we have sexual partners. So, if you are male and you have had a lot of sexual partners, a lot of sexual experience, someone will call you like a player, but in a good way. Someone will say, call you the champ or something like that, and it will be like a status if you, as a male, have had a lot of sex partners. Other males will envy you and be like, "Oh, I wish that was me, man." Oh, and stuff like that. And that is kind of crazy that we put people on a pedestal because they are able to get sex so much that the other males are going like, "Oh, I wish I could do that." And then when we go to women, it's completely different. If a woman have had multiple partners, they tend to be called slutty and stuff like that, degrading them. Even though if it was a male, we will be like, yeah, cheering on. And it's kind of stupid because nothing is different other than the gender. They don't get used up. It's not like we only have 100 times that it can be used before it dies or something like that. It can be used as many times as you want. So it's kind of degrading and curious that something like this has happened, that we have this two polar opposites that really shouldn't be there, because why is it only a female that will be um, degraded when they have more partners than a male? And it's something we need to look at, because sex is a good thing. Sex is an amazing thing. It feels great. It's amazing, and everyone should be able to enjoy it, no matter the gender, no matter what they do, because it's something that is universal for all of us, that we actually want to have it. There's a lot of people who are saying, no, we don't want to have it, and that's okay. But the vast majority of people actually want to have sexual partners, want to have sex, because it leads us into the things where we begin to look at, I want to be a parent and stuff like that. And it's just so stupid that we actually judge people on the amount of partners they've had. But instead, we should actually look at the bright side of it. There's some downsides as well, of course. Like if you don't get checked, you can get STDs. So you need to get checked between every partner. You still need to wear protection. You still need to be careful about getting pregnant if you're not planning on getting pregnant and so forth. But there's also the things that if you, as someone who's not that amazing at sex, who doesn't have that experience, if you meet someone who has a lot of experience, let's say a male meets a female and she have had 10, 15 partners and he had had one, then she is so in tune in what she wants that she can teach him how to do it, because you can talk about it. It's something a lot of couples sometimes actually do, is to talk about, what do you actually want? What do you want out of this? And it is something that you can learn by doing it. So don't judge people who had a lot of partners. As long as they remember to get checked regularly, to use protection, then they're just having fun and getting sexual experience that they can use to actually teach someone they meet down the line. And I don't think it's bad to have a lot of sexual partners, because I have grown up in a world where it's uh, illegal to do so. I've grown up in a world where I have seen how pornography has evolved, how all of it has evolved, and it's become more and more normal. And that is why it has become more and more shallow when you're trying to find a sexual partner, because we're all looking for that perfect thing. But if we look at ourselves and how we look at other people and how we try to find other people. And then we look at the narrative we use when we're talking to other people, being about, as I said, degrading to women and positive to male, which is wrong because it shouldn't be like that. Uh, so think about how you form the narrative and think about what you're doing and what you are looking at when you're using dating apps and dating sites. So you don't become one of these people who are just looking for the perfect instead of actually getting something that might be perfect for you, because you just shut it out from the start because it's like, well, I wanted blue eyes, that was brown eyes, I'm gonna swipe left instead of right. So begin to look inwards and try to make the narrative and everything to a more positive thing. So I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope it was opened your mind a bit about how we actually compare ourselves gender-wise and how we act on social media and dating platforms. And I hope you have a pleasant day. This has been Rad Class. Goodbye.